Imagine walking into a store, hearing the quiet hum of conversation, the soft beeping of scanners, and somewhere in the corner you see it. That bright counter with lottery tickets, scratch cards, and those little paper slips that seem simple at first glance, but can feel confusing the first time you pick one up. If you've ever looked at a Powerball Playslip and wondered how people actually fill it out correctly without making mistakes, you're not alone. At first, it looks like a tiny grid of numbers, letters, and sections that almost feel like a puzzle. But once you understand it, it becomes surprisingly straightforward, almost routine. And in today's guide, we're going to walk through exactly how it works in a clear, easy to follow way, so you know what you're doing before you ever touch a pen. A Powerball Playslip is basically a selection sheet. It's not the actual ticket you use to win, but rather the form you fill out so the lottery terminal can generate your official ticket. Think of it like a menu you hand to the cashier, and the machine prepares your order based on your choices. Every mark you make on that slip tells the system what numbers you want, how many lines you're playing, and whether you're adding extra features like Power Play. The most important thing to understand from the beginning is that accuracy matters. A small mistake, like shading the wrong circle or selecting the wrong row, can change your entire ticket. So the goal is to stay calm, take your time, and follow each section carefully. When you first look at the playslip, you'll usually see multiple panels, sometimes labelled as plays or sets. Each panel represents one set of numbers you're entering. In Powerball, you're choosing 5 numbers from a pool of white balls, and one additional number from a separate pool called the Powerball. The white ball numbers typically range from 1 to 69, while the Powerball number ranges from 1 to 26. On the slip, you won't be writing these numbers freely. Instead, you'll be shading circles next to the numbers you want. That's one of the most important things beginners miss. You're not writing essays on the slip, you're selecting pre-printed numbers. So let's imagine you want to play one line. You would go to the first section of the playslip and start by choosing 5 different numbers from the white ball grid. These should be shaded clearly, fully filling the circle so the machine can read it correctly. You don't want faint marks, half-shaded bubbles, or stray pen marks outside the circle, because the scanning system is designed to read clean fills. After selecting your 5 white ball numbers, you then move to the Powerball section, which is usually a separate column or box. There you choose one number only. This is your Powerball selection, and it's what gives the game its name. Now, one of the easiest options that many beginners use is something called Quick Pick or Easy Pick, depending on your location. This option allows the machine to randomly generate your numbers instead of you choosing them manually. On the playslip, there is usually a box labelled Quick Pick next to each play line. If you shade that box, you are telling the system to automatically generate all 6 numbers for that line. Many experienced players still use this because it removes guesswork and randomness in decision making, but whether you choose your numbers manually or use Quick Pick, the process of filling the slip stays the same. Another important section on the playslip is the number of draws. This part lets you choose how many consecutive drawings your ticket will apply to. A draw is simply one scheduled lottery event. Powerball is usually held multiple times per week, and if you want your same numbers to be played across several draws, you can select multiple entries here. For example, instead of buying a ticket for just one draw, you might choose 3 or 5 draws in a row. On the slip, you simply shade the number that matches how many draws you want. This is optional, and if you leave it blank, it usually defaults to a single draw. Next, there is something called Power Play. This is an optional feature that can multiply non-jackpot winnings. On the playslip, you will see a small box or section labelled Power Play with different multiplier options. Depending on the draw, the multiplier can vary, but common ones include 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, and sometimes even higher values. If you choose Power Play, you are agreeing to pay a little extra for that ticket in exchange for the possibility of increased winnings on certain prize tiers. If you do not want this feature, simply leave it unmarked or shade No if the option is present. Now let's talk about one of the most common mistakes beginners make: mixing up rows or misreading the grid. Each row on the playslip represents a separate game entry. If you accidentally fill numbers across different rows without realizing it, you might end up with combinations you didn't intend. That's why it's important to focus on one line at a time. Complete your first line fully before moving to the next. Double check your shaded circles, make sure they are clean, and confirm that each set of numbers belongs to the correct row. Another thing people often overlook is the importance of using a pen or pencil that is clearly readable. Most lottery systems are designed to scan using optical recognition technology. That means the machine is reading your marks automatically. If your marks are too light, smudged, or unclear, there's a chance the system could misread your selections. That's why many experienced players use a black or blue pen and press firmly enough to fully shade the circle. Once you've filled out all your selections, the final step is surprisingly simple but extremely important. You take your completed playslip to the cashier or lottery terminal operator. They will scan it and the system will generate your official ticket. This ticket is what actually counts, not the playslip itself. Always take a moment to check your printed ticket before leaving the counter. Make sure the numbers match what you intended. If anything looks wrong, you can ask for it to be corrected immediately before the draw happens. It's also worth mentioning that Powerball tickets are not something you want to rush through. A lot of beginners treat it casually and make small errors that they only notice later. But the truth is, the system is very precise and it doesn't interpret your intention, only your marks. So slow, careful selection is always better than rushing. Another helpful tip is to keep your playslip clean and uncrumpled. If the slip is folded heavily, stained or damaged, it may not scan properly. Some stores even reject damaged slips, asking you to fill out a new one, so keeping it neat is part of the process. While Powerball can be exciting, it's also important to approach it with a balanced mindset. It's a game of chance, and every draw is independent of the last. That means past results do not influence future outcomes. Many beginners fall into the trap of trying to predict patterns, but in reality, each number combination has the same probability every time. So the best way to enjoy it is to treat it as entertainment rather than expectation. Once you get used to the playslip, you'll notice it becomes second nature. What first feels like a confusing grid eventually becomes a simple routine. Pick your numbers, choose your options, confirm your lines, and submit. The more you do it, the faster and easier it becomes. But accuracy should always stay your priority. So the next time you find yourself holding a Powerball playslip and wondering where to start, remember this simple flow. Choose your numbers carefully, or use Quick Pick. Fill each row completely. Decide if you want extra features like Power Play or multiple draws. Keep everything clearly shaded, and always double check before submitting. That's really all there is to it, and once your ticket is printed and safely in your hands, the rest is out of your control. All you can do is wait for the draw and see what happens next.